Hey, what's up, peoples? Another armchair pundits. James, how are we? How you doing?
Not too bad, not too bad. Just looking through Liverpool's latest news, hearing that Salah has signed a new contract was obviously the best news. Followed up, which is followed really bad news in obviously what's old news now, but Mane leaving and joining Bayern Munich.
Yep.
As anyone that knows me knows, he was my favourite Liverpool player, and he was just clutch for us, man. So I'm not sure how we're gonna do without him because hardly ever got injured. Always put in 150%, and it was just a don for us.
You'll be
Like the world
fine.
class.
You'll be
Some
fine.
people say he wasn't. Yeah, hopefully,
You've
but
got
we haven't seen a
you've
little more
already
about Mane.
you've already brought in the replacement, bro. You've already brought in the
Yes,
replacement. You'll
okay.
be fine.
We brought in Nunes, yeah, but
And already
personally, I think he's
Diaz.
gonna do
And
well.
Diaz has already settled in on the left
Yeah,
side.
Diaz is settled, but I've said to you before, Diaz needs to get goals. He's lit in the touch paper, and a lot of players, former players and pundits are excited by what he brings, but I still want the goals. Like, it's only been 6 months. I'm not hard on him. Let's be honest. Didn't even get a chance to settle. Came in and then started like within 2 or 3 days. So with pre-season under his belt, hopefully he'll be even better than he is, which will be sick. But yeah, man, Nunes, a lot of money, a lot of money for someone who really and truly had one really good season.
But
But the
behind
season before that was punctured.
behind Mbappe and Haaland, he was probably the next big protege to come through. So obviously, I understand your
That's because Vlahovic
reservation.
has already been bought though as well.
Yeah, but Vlahovic is not dynamic. He's a bit, it's a bit more rigid. Nunes has
Yeah,
got
don't get me wrong.
everything that Vlahovic has, and he's agile. You saw what he did against you
Yeah,
guys. He
yeah.
caused you hella
He's
problems.
quick as well. He's quicker than you think.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Suarez recommended
Listen,
him.
I'm happy. I'm happy.
Suarez recommended him to Barcelona, but they just,
Yep, when it was at Amira.
I think they were trying to get rid of Suarez, and they weren't listening to him at them times.
Yeah. No, listen, like I said, I'm happy with what we've done. End of the season, I wanted a right back to cover Trent. I wanted a DM stroke number 8 to cover Hendo, and mainly the DM to cover Fabinho, because when Fabinho gets injured or is not around, our team is ultimately different. And against the top boys, I never feel comfortable without Fabinho. So it's times where he needs rest. He gets little knocks here and there, which is not surprising. He might work he gets through. I also wanted a striker or a winger. So I wanted a forward essentially. And if we're really, really greedy, an attacking midfielder, we got attacking midfielder in Carvalho, who I really like. He's only 19, but I really like. Um, we didn't get a midfielder, which we're now being told is going to come next year, which we were told last season. End of last season, we were told we're going to get one this summer, which hasn't happened. I know we wanted Chouameni, but at the price that he was going for, we were never in it, really, truly. We were never going
No,
to pay that
that
much
is
money.
not in your what's it the FSG. That's not in their remit to be
Yeah,
spending those kind of big bucks on a youngster like that. So Liverpool are typical of this whole playing it like they ain't gonna sign anyone, and then they'll pull us something out of the bag, just like he did with Fabinho, just like he did with Jota.
people say
It
that.
happens, bro. You guys come out the bag with, and especially now that City is signing players, like they've
Mm.
already looking better than they did last season just from who they've signed.
Well, that's what worries me. That's what worries me not having a DM
Liverpool know
because
they will have
we
to do
need that.
something. I understand the cover for Fabinho. You always want to have someone who come in and even in certain games, you want someone that's going to come and just lock up shop. Even though Liverpool
Yeah.
don't really play that way, but you guys always do something, man. If Klopp needs someone, you guys will find someone for him. You've got
I think people
Carvalho,
say that, yeah.
who's going to play more of as a creative midfielder. So you've got that, which you were missing last year. You've already
Hmm.
got Thiago, who's going to have another season of Premier League football and hopefully injury free for you guys' sake. and
Hopefully,
Keita.
Touchwood.
Keita started to look like the
He was
Keita
better.
that you signed,
Yeah.
not
But
the
we
Keita we've
fixed
seen so far.
the injury issues.
Big issues.
First 2-3 years, injured. Whenever he played 2 or 3 games, which is very rare in a row, you almost got excited. Then he'll get a knock, and that knock would last 3 or 4 games, and then Klopp would ease him back in. They'll get another knock. So Keita coming in and literally being virtually injury free this season was a big plus. So I can't complain about that. But I still think we're lacking. Like you said that we always pull it through the bag. Last summer, we only signed Kanate. And we all knew we needed a centre midfielder. And we only signed Kanate. And people were saying, oh, yeah, Liverpool, get this person through the door. It never came in.
You're complaining.
Diaz came in January, which, James, you finished second.
You finished second by 1 point. You lost the Champions League by 1 goal.
Yeah.
You won 2 cups on penalties. As much, it wasn't as successful as you wanted it to be because you were in for the quadruple at 1 point. But I don't necessarily believe that this midfielder that you feel like you needed was the reason that you lost out on those games.
Well, you look at it this way, Thiago got injured before the game kicked off. So he didn't play fully fit. Fabinho got injured 2 weeks before the final. He wasn't fully fit. So we went into the final with our 2 first choice midfielders, neither 100%. So, and a lot of Fabinho's was been overworked. We didn't have a natural placement. Some people say that, and I never get this, that sometimes Liverpool look better when they play Henderson as number 6. I don't see that. I do not see that at all. So
that's because you think Henderson's basic. That's because you think Henderson's basic. He's a leader, but
I give Henderson.
He's limited in his abilities to do things going forward. Understandable.
Yeah.
But again, the Champions League final, James. Realistically, you guys had enough chances to win the game, regardless of who was injured, unfit coming into the game. Should have won the game. But this season, Real Madrid's name was just on that trophy because they should have been knocked out three rounds before that. They should have been knocked out by PSG, Chelsea, and should have lost to Man City as well, really. So it was just their name was on the trophy, man. I don't believe that you
like you said.
I know everyone wants their team to improve, so I understand what you're saying about
of course
another midfielder. But you're talking about Thiago. There isn't a replacement for Thiago unless you've got to take someone else's best player at a big club because he is one of those mercurial. You don't really get too many Thiago type players. He's in that Iniesta kind of mold, Modric, where he can pull strings. They don't go on trees. You can't just find another Thiago. Look how long it took you to get someone like that.
We don't need it, but we don't need another Thiago. We need to be able to not play him and not be a massive drop off because the other midfielder we brought in is still quality. And Keita is fully fit. So we can say, you know what, Thiago, come off the bench. It's fine. And we don't sit there, Liverpool fans, thinking, we've lost control of the midfield. That's what happens. When there's no Thiago, we sit there and Liverpool fans are like,
what did you do before you had Thiago? You won the league. With Wijnaldum.
Yeah, but that was
instead
a different style of football, innit? We had to change the style of football.
Agreed.
It wasn't sustainable in the day. And I don't know. A lot of people say we don't have much to worry about, but Man City have gone and bought Calvin Phillips, who would have been great for us, let's be honest.
Yeah.
He could have been good for us. And they've gone and bought Haaland, who's going to be a generational striker. At his age, he's really got more goals than Ronaldo and Messi had at the same age. So if he manages to continue, he could be a superstar.
Well, he has more goals than them because they weren't playing in the same position as him. He's a goal getter. Those guys weren't really playing those goals when they came through. But I understand
that's scary, isn't it?
That it is scary how many goals he scored. Him and Mbappe are to me, the two generational.
The next two Messi and Ronaldo.
Yeah, for me. If they stay hungry and stay injury free, they really could dominate for a while. But so what? Realistically, without if you, I doubt that you won't sign anyone else. Although I know you have reservations. What is your target for next season in your mind?
Target for next season is, for me, win the league and win the Champions League. Win both because we're capable. We don't have to. Obviously, City are hard to beat, but we don't have to beat City to win the Champions League. We have to beat City over 38 games to win the league. But the last time we lost the league by 1 point, we came back and we won it. So hopefully we have the same vibe and we go through the same process of just coming out of the blocks early and just finishing off teams. But it's a different team now. We've lost the main guy for us, the will to win. That league title we won, no one wanted that title more than Mane. There's so many key games. The Aston Villa game where he scored that crazy looped header from the near post. He just willed us in certain games to win those games. So we have to find another way to do it. Yes.
Yeah. He's that guy for you. He was that guy for you. So I understand.
It's a big loss, man. It's a big loss.
Out of your front three, he was the one that caused so many problems for teams. They were scared of Mane, more scared of Mane than Salah, even though Salah gets more goals.
Listen, people will tell you that Mane was finished last season, that he couldn't beat a man, and Diaz came in at the right time because Mane was done and we needed someone else. But all he did is reinvent himself. He said, okay, cool. You don't think I'm good enough to play left wing anymore? I'm not sure what I can do as a striker. And he scored more goals than Salah did in that same period.
Well, I mean, he went to the African Nations Cup, so it's not like he didn't have a bag load of games to play over the course of the season as well. Mm-hmm. So you got to factor that in.
So being in it for quadruple again is nigh on impossible, but I always think win the first cup. So win the Carabao Cup, play the kids with a mixture of senior players, win that, and it sets you up. So win the Carabao Cup, and then go for Champions League and League. FA Cup, I'm not too fussed. We've done it now. My issue before was Klopp had not won a domestic cup. Carabao Cup was an easy one for him to win. He should have won it earlier than now. Yeah. He's now done it, but it'll be good to retain it. FA Cup, if we don't win the FA Cup next season and we win one of the others, the big ones, I'm not too fussed because, again, he hadn't won the FA Cup. He's won it. So, yeah, League and Champions League, which are both doable for me, and Núñez to be second top goal scorer because I can't see him getting more goals than Salah. So for him to get over 20 goals in all competitions would be a great start in his first season. So yeah, that's what I'm hoping for. But you know what? The problem we have is, it sounds silly, but because we go so deep in so many competitions, I can't even get excited until May, because nothing really matters until then. Because we can be top of the league at Christmas, doesn't mean anything. We could be top of the league in February, and it made a million things if Man City are 2 or 3 points behind us. We can get through the Champions League to quarterfinals, semi-finals, but it's just about winning the final. So I think this year I decided I'm going to relax first half of the season and then see where we get to come March time, and then get excited. Hopefully, if that actually can really happen, but we'll see, man. We'll see.
Indeed. Well, thanks, James. Well, for your Liverpool roundup, I think you guys will be fine next year. I think you'll be able to compete on all fronts as you have done last year and competed with Man City the last few years. So I don't see much change. I think it's just going to be a case of winning those key. You drew with them twice in the league, and that's ultimately what stopped you from.
We have to win our home games. Yeah. You guys, Tottenham stopped us with that draw, and when we drew with them at home. Those are the two games. A lot of people, everyone always says we don't speak on anything because of that game. We win our home games like we used to do. We win the league. The year we won the league, we beat them 3-1 at home.
Yeah. Destroyed them, if I remember rightly.
Yeah. Contentious handball that we got away
Yeah,
with,
definitely.
and then a power driver from
Or Guardiola says
Fabinho.
two.
Yeah, that meme is never gonna die. It's never gonna die.
That kills me to this day,
But yeah,
man. But no, well, thanks,
I'm
James.
excited. I'm excited.
Yeah, definitely. Well, thanks, James. That's it, guys. Remember to subscribe, and we'll see you again next time.
Peace.